What's poppin', my J dolls? And I'm back with another video. Before I get into this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and ring that bell. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so don't play with us because we never been one of them. All right, y'all. So before we get to the video, also make sure you put them post notifications on, because your girl's been consistent with posting. Your girl's doing Vlogmas, but your girl done missed a couple days. But for the most part, I've been giving y'all 3+ uploads a week, okay? I'm putting that work in. So put some respect on my name. Hey, put some respect on my name. Hey. Anyways, y'all. Today I came with a story time. I know y'all girlies love the story times. Like, I think between the story times and the weight loss stuff, y'all really be eating that up. So I got a story time for y'all, and I should have another story time for y'all soon because I'm about to go on another date. But this story time is going to be about my date with y'all. If you've seen my last dating story time, it was with the Indian guy. Well, I went on another date with a whole other Indian guy, and y'all, when I tell you, baby, I'm fed up, I'm done. Like, literally, that was my last date.
Cut the show. I'm done. Take me off. Take me off. Cut the show. I'm done.
Can you make that commitment for him?
No.
Can you make that
No, I don't want it.
I can't.
Like, literally haven't been on a date ever since. Like, I am exhausted mentally and physically at this point. Don't mind my dog, because she's literally acting a fool in the background. Like, she wants the show to be about her. Anyways, y'all. So, I met this man on Hinge. Okay, so my last story time, I told y'all I met old dude on Hinge, but I met him on Bumble. Okay, this guy, I'm gonna name him Unavailable. I'm gonna name him Unavailable. So y'all, I was talking to Unavailable on Hinge. We was messaging back and forth. When I tell y'all, we literally probably only talked for about 3 to 4 days before he was already wanting to take me on a date. So I'm like, okay, that's a little unusual, but I kind of am a person, I'd rather see you in person than for me to keep texting you and keep talking to you, and then like when I meet you, I don't like you, you know? So anyhow, at the time, I was in California, so like, I knew that we weren't going to go on a date until I got back. Literally, we went on a date the next day after I came back from California. So before we went on a date, y'all, we was messaging on Hinge, and he gave me some options of food places we should go. Tell me why this man was suggesting these freaking... So, first of all, y'all, I told him, I said, because he asked me, like, what type of food do I like, or, like, what type of restaurants I want to go to, and blah, blah, blah. I told him that I really like to eat healthy places, like, if he knows any healthy restaurants that are like protein forward, like I would prefer to go there. Like, y'all, I am very picky about where I go out to eat, because especially at that time I had came back from LA and I ate out like 3 times a day every day, like literally every day for freaking 4 days. So I really could not eat out anymore, and if I did, it had to be something clean, because I cannot do that life no more. I feel so disgusting when I'm eating out, so like especially that much. So anyways, y'all, I was like, okay, you know, I want to go somewhere healthy, protein forward. So he had told me already before, like, he's a foodie, he don't really do healthy, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. So anyways, he was like, okay, I don't know a lot of healthy places, like, help me with my eating habits and get me in line, pretty much, because he likes certain type of food. So he gives me suggestions. He's like, okay, here's some good healthy food places that I enjoy. So this man sends me Crisp and Green as one of the options. I can't even remember the other options, because I literally been back from LA for at least I think like a month now. So yeah, he literally sent me Crisp and Greens as one of the options. If y'all ever been there before, it's literally like fast food. It's like the healthy version of Chipotle. Like, it's literally just salad, and it's like the salads are not even good. I personally like sweet greens better than I like Crisp and Greens. Like, I don't go to Crisp and Greens. Or either way, it was freaking fast food. And I'm like, nah, he got me messed up. So the thing about me, I'm usually very upfront, and I'm very like direct, which I'm trying to work on. Like, but I just hate all that. I hate all that sugar coat, like spin around the block, all that shit. Like, I just like to get to the point. So I learned from Sprinkle Sprinkle. If y'all don't know who that is, just look it up on TikTok. She about her money. She about her bag. She don't care about these niggas. Okay, that's what I'm trying to be on. So anyway, she was pretty much saying about like not to destroy a man's ego. You gotta say like you like the options they gave you, but you've been really like meaning to try these other options. Like if he would want to pick any options from that list. That worked. So I gave him a list of places that I actually want to go to that I haven't been yet. So I had never been to Good Earth. Like it's not fancy, but it's not fast food. It's like, it's pretty decent. Like it's in the Galleria. So anyways, y'all, I sent him the options and he picked Good Earth. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. I've never been there. So we go to Green Earth, and when we get in there, you know, I first meet him, like, hey, he's kind of awkward to me. I'm sorry to say this, and this is not no racist stuff, y'all, but Indian guys are, a lot of them are awkward. Like, I've actually been attracting a lot of Indian guys recently. I don't know why. I don't know if it's my hair. I don't know if it's because I lost weight. I've never attracted Indian guys before. When I tell you, literally, I've been on 2 dates with Indian guys, and then at the club, I met an Indian guy. It's just so weird to me, because like before that I would have never probably even talked to an Indian guy, so maybe it was me. So yeah, anyways, he was very awkward, and I'm like, okay, this is awkward. Like when I go on a date with somebody, I like to give them a hug, like just because it's a little bit more comfortable. Like even just a side hug, I don't like to be doing all that, but like, you know, something. But he was kind of awkward, so I was like, okay, we're not doing that. So we sit down at the table and we order our food. We get to looking at the menu, and I find something that I like literally, and he picked something that he likes. So he was kind of complaining about how like they have burgers with no meat or stuff like that, and I'm like, a burger with meat, why don't you just get the freaking regular burger then? They had a regular burger. And he was like, oh no, it's like religious reasons, because like on certain days a week we are vegetarian. I'm like, okay, cool, sounds good. So in my mind, like, then why are you complaining? Like, bro, like beef FFR. Like he was like, oh, this is so healthy. Like he's not fat or nothing. It's like, bro, like why are you complaining that I'm going somewhere healthy? But let me be a big girl again. You be complaining that I'm just eating trash. Like, bro, like can we just enjoy our meal? Like, anyways, y'all. So the food ended up coming. We start talking about like his job, like how he work in IT, and then we start talking about what I do. But at that time, I was in retail management, and I was telling him how I was just about to start a new job and stuff like that. And then he asked me like where I was gonna start and stuff. I was like, dang, like you're all up in my business, but it is what it is. Like where I work, I won't say, but it's a big building. Like you won't know where it's security up, period. It's real big security. So anyways, y'all, he literally was getting all up in my business about that, but it was like, okay, at least he started to talk, but he's still like a little weird to me. Like I don't know what it was at that moment, but he was weird. So anyways, we start eating our food. My food is really good. And then I get a to-go box. Oh yeah, I told this man about my weight loss surgery. Yeah, I always tell everybody like about my weight loss surgery. I don't know why, it's a freaking problem of mine. But I do think it's important when you go out to eat, because then they wonder why you're not eating your food. Because he was like, oh, you know, you barely ate your food, da da da. Did you like it? I'm like, oh yeah, I do like it. You know, it's just I can't eat a lot. Like I told you, like I can't eat a lot. He was like, okay, cool. He was like, oh, this place was expensive. Like this place was too expensive, because like the portion sizes for how much they charge, like I didn't even get full. Y'all, why was our food like $20 each? How is that expensive? Like you act like we literally went to Ocean Air. Like we just spent $100 on a meal. Like you act like I just ordered a $50 steak. Like bro, BFFR. But like you was really trying to get me to some freaking salad bar where you probably gonna still pay $15 for that. Like bye, you're being cheap. So he was like, oh, like, and it wasn't even filling. Like this place was just like too healthy or whatever. Now mind you, the food was really good, y'all. Like I'm gonna put a picture, actually I'm gonna put a picture in this video. Like my food looked bomb and it tastes bomb. So like maybe you shouldn't be choosing like a freaking vegan burger then. So anyways, y'all, at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm over it. Because I'm just going on a date just to go on a date. Like, I'm really not in the mood for dating at this point anyways. Because I done went on another date with an Indian and it was not cool. So, after that, we start walking around the Galleria and we start talking. When I tell you the red flags was flagging, like when I tell you they was flagging, I was just like, bro, this man's a hot ass mess. Now, I already knew he was going to be one because when we were planning our date, first of all, he planned a date with me within 3 days, was rushing. So that means he's freaking what is that called? A serial dater. Then the simple fact that he was trying to give me cheap options, that's how you know he goes on too many dates. And then also, to that fact, he complained about the price. And then he told me that he really enjoys dates. Like, he loves the process of dating. But he's never been in a relationship. He was like, oh yeah, I never been in a relationship. He was 28, y'all. Never been in a relationship. The longest person he dated was 3 months. He was literally telling me all this, y'all. He never really got in a relationship because his family told him pretty much like he needs to be like stable before he gets into a relationship. Like, he has to have a good career and he has to be ready for like a wife and all these type of things. So he never dated. So he just started dating like last year. It was very apparent because all the stuff he was telling me on this date, I'm like, I'm never gonna see you again. Like, bro, like this is my last time with you, and I'm actually upset because I'm not even here for just free food. Like, honestly, I don't like eating out, so it's like I'm not here for the free food. Okay, I'm here to like actually go on a date, like, and think maybe you might be cool, but no. So anyways, y'all, he tells me about how he did date this girl for 3 months. And they were long distance, like, and I think she lived in Chicago. That's not long distance, like, bro, that's literally 6-hour drive. So anyways, y'all, he talked about how they was long distance, how he really enjoyed when they was long distance. But then when he went to visit her, because he worked from home, that it was becoming too much for him. Like, she wanted to be exclusive with him, but he didn't want to be exclusive with her because he just started seeing these things he didn't like about her. Yeah, it was like a whole thing of him just telling me how something was wrong with everybody he talked to. And that reminded me of being avoidant, y'all. If y'all haven't seen my anxious attachment style video, just go watch it. I'll try to remember put the attached book link in the link in my description box. If y'all want to get that book, it talks about like different relationship attachment styles, and I've read that book. And he gives me very much avoidant. Like, they always think something's wrong with everybody, and then that's why they never find love. Like, they always be single, and they always don't know how to handle conflict. And they just suck. So anyways, I was like, okay, he's giving me avoidant personality. He sees something wrong with everybody. Then he kept talking about how the girl he was talking to for 3 months, like, how attraction is very big for him. Like, he really has to be attracted to a woman, and how he wasn't attracted to her no more, and he didn't know, like, he didn't know how to feel about it because he just wasn't attracted anymore. I was like, oh, well, you were attracted to her before. Why are you not attracted to her now? He's like, oh, because, like, I like brown-skinned women. Like, I like dark-skinned women. And she was Indian, and she was kind of brown, but like in the winter she got really pale, so it's like I was not attracted to her no more. So at this point I'm like, you're very superficial. Like, you're very like, are you serious? Like, you've been talking to her for 3 months, and because she's getting lighter, like, you don't like her no more? Like, bro, you need to go seek some help real bad. So I'm like, bro, I'm looking like, okay. Like, people really, the thing is, when they be with me, they think they vibing with me, but the whole time, I'm like, yeah, I'm never gonna see you again. I'm never gonna talk to you again. Like, you don't know it. Like, unless you know me, you think, like, we're fucking cool. Like, for real. So, anyways, I'm like, okay. And then he gets into the topic about how she was also, like, Christian, and he's Hindu, and, like, how, like, he doesn't feel like that's gonna work with raising their kids because she wanted to raise her kids the Christian way, and he wants to raise them the Hindu way, and he just wasn't gonna be with her. And then he said something about, like, families. I get it, though, because sometimes, like, culturally, especially if y'all come from the same culture, y'all families might not mess with each other if y'all are different religions, because in different cultures, you know, it plays a big part, but it's still like he was being judgmental about like her being a different religion, being judgmental about her being attractive. Then he said, oh, I just want my girl to look good in yoga pants. Like, what? Like, boy, you cringe. Like, boy, ugh, throw up. Like, nigga, So at this point, I'm like, nah, this date can't end any faster. I'm ready to get out of here. So then he starts asking me about my siblings. We started talking about siblings. I don't even know how we got into this, but he asked me if me and my brother had the same dad. And I was like, or if my parents were still married or something. I don't know. Something like that. I don't think it was parents still married, but like, do me and my brother have the same dad? And I'm like, no, like me and my brother has two separate dads. Oh, I think he did ask if my parents are still married. And I was like, no, my parents are not still married. My dad like passed away. My dad passed away like 5 years ago. And then I was like, I have like 6 siblings on my dad's side, and I have 1 sibling on my mom's side. And then he was like, okay, so like the sibling on your mom's side, then do you guys have the same dad? And I'm like, no, we have 2 separate dads. And he was like, okay, what about the siblings on your dad's side? Do y'all have like all have different moms? I'm like, well, there's 3 that has the same mom, because one of my sisters are twins, and then the other 2 brothers has the same mom. I was like pretty much breaking it down for him, like, but it's 3 moms, right? And he's like, oh wow, like he seemed like he's low-key judging me. Like, why the fuck are you even asking me that, bro? Like, why are you judging me? Because him and his parents are still together. So I'm like, okay, he's weird. So at this point, I just don't see myself seeing this man again. Then I almost forgot, y'all. Then he was like, oh, is that your real hair? And I'm like, yes, it's my real hair. Like, why? And he was like, oh, because it just looks so nice. Like, your hair is so nice. Who the hell asks a woman, is that their real hair? A black woman at that. Like, you know you gotta be Indian to do that, because a black man ain't gonna never do that. A black man, y'all, this is all of my hair. Like, baby, like, BFFR. Like, you don't know what a wig look like. You don't know what a sew-in look like. I was just, like, appalled. And I was like, okay. Then, y'all, he asked me about my love languages. He asked me about my Oh, y'all, I almost forgot this stuff. Like, literally. Okay, so he asked me about my love language. I told him that my number 1 is quality time. My second one is physical touch. The thing about that is people think, like, just because you like physical touch, that you want to just sleep with them. Or you like physical touch, so you want them to touch you. I don't want you to touch me. Like, somebody I love, that's why it's a love language, I want them to touch me. Not you. I don't want to even be with you right now. At all. So, anyways, he was like, oh, like, I love physical touch too. Like, and he held my hand. And I was like, oh, this is cringe. Like, he didn't even hold my hand properly. I was just like, this is awkward. Then, y'all, he had the nerve to ask me how many relationships have I been in, how many boyfriends I had. Y'all, and I told this man, I told him 5 boyfriends. And he was like, oh, he was like, I was like, oh, I had 5 boyfriends in my life. He was like, oh, wow. And I was like, what? He was like, that's kind of a lot. Like, a little bit more than normal. Y'all, actually, this is when I found out he'd never been in a relationship before. And I'm like, 5 is a lot? Like, bro, like, what the fuck? You know, like, he low-key was trying to see, like, what my body count is or something, like. And I don't care, because, baby, you ain't gonna know, baby. You ain't gonna know, baby. Shoot. So, at this point, and I don't really care if he knows, to be honest, actually. When I had guys ask me, I really don't care. He was like, yeah, that's kind of a lot of people. Like, in what universe? Because, baby, these men ain't shit. So, I don't know. And I am 27. And unlike you, I've been in relationships. And I've dated before you even started dating. Like, you started dating at 28. You're behind. Like, that's why you think it's a lot. Like, baby, you are in grade school. You're in grade school and I'm in college. Like, bro, like, you are in elementary, bro. Like, come on. Like, you're a clown. Like, at this point, I'm just like, bro. So, we were about to leave. And so, we hugged. But the way he hugged me, it was like, hey, I don't know why this hug was so awkward. But it was so awkward. And then he told me, because he had parked in another area. And I parked in another area. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go to my, because he was like, okay, I parked over here. I was like, oh, I parked over there. He's like, okay, well, I'll probably just, I got to go to the bathroom and stuff. I'm like, okay, then I'm going to go home. Whatever. He didn't even offer like, oh, you know, I can walk you to your car and nothing like that. So then he was like, oh, text me when you make it home or when you make it home safe, which is nice. But when I got home, I ain't never text him ever again, y'all. I never talked to him ever again. Like, boy, if you don't get your weird ass out of here. Cool. But I know after the date, he did not unmatch me for at least some weeks. Because I went back to see if he unmatched me. Because I didn't hit him up and he didn't. So, yeah, y'all. That was the story. Like, literally, I didn't message him when I got home. And he kept me matched. But he didn't message me. I think he knew, like, baby. She not feeling me. Like, you thought I was feeling you? That nigga, he ain't even a munch. So, yeah, y'all, that was a little story time. I should do the story time next about how I went on a date with somebody that was still in love with their ex. Oh, God, save me. Whew, why is my luck so bad? Like, God, if you want me to be a lesbian, just say that. Just say that in. Anyways, y'all, thank y'all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.